I took Delta. I couldn't tell you anything about it. Now, either we're studying globe or we're studying slope. I'm not really sure what that word is, but I think it's 6 slope. Oh, or 6 slope. It's under slope, please. Under slope.
41.
Just know this. This will all be reviewed. Slope is really defined as the rate of change. And the way we threw it out there before is when you talk about slope of something, you have the change. Well, there's a bunch of different ways to say it. Here we go. Slope. Slope equals the rise over the run. Or, I like to say the change in height over the change in width, which is how high to how wide. Or it is, by the way, in math, if you ever see this little triangle symbol, maybe you'll see this on a math test. It's called delta. The delta symbol always means change in, or the difference from, of. So change in height, just so you're a little more over delta height over delta width. And you remember this from back in the day. This is a review. If you have a line, and you graph this line, you know, and it goes, and you're asked to find the slope. How did we find the slope of that line? Parker, do you remember?
Triangle.
Yeah, you make a triangle, and I should have wished that this line would have fallen a little closer to where I wanted it here. Which means you find another place maybe where it crosses an X and a Y point, like right here. That's kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me rephrase that. Let me put small little black lines in there because that seems to be more the. Where do I have it? Right here. When you have your little grid, what you do is you find a place where it crosses 2 points and you make your little triangle. And like I said, slope is change in the height, which just means how high. How high is this triangle? 1, 2, 3 high. Over how wide is this triangle? Just 1. This has a slope of 3. A slope of 3. And then you have to remember, do you remember the difference between positive slope and negative slope?
Yes.
What is positive, Wade?
Where it goes up.
Yeah, but you have to be talking from left to right. Left to right. If it goes uphill, it's a positive slope. You cannot ski on a hill that has positive slope. If it goes downhill, it's negative slope. You're going uphill, downhill. And you have to go from left to right. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. A couple special occasions you have to be able to know is this. When you talk about slope, we have 2 special cases. And they are these, and I can't change it as much as I have tried in the past. What is the slope of a horizontal line? By the way, let's say I've
We
got,
did this in Excel.
we did this in Excel. Let's say there's this here. Let's say this is this. If you were writing down the equation for this line, the equation for that line is y equals 2. There is no x value. Y equals 2 because here at y is always 2 no matter what x is. But what is the slope? And here is the way, if you can't remember, do what we just did. Do what we just did here. If you made a triangle using this line, where it is how high over how wide, how high would this triangle be if you could draw it? None. You can't, right? There's no height to this line. It doesn't go up and down. It only goes across. So you get 0 on the top. How wide would the triangle be? It goes on forever. It could be any number. Okay? But no matter what number you put down here, if you have a 0 on the top, what's your answer? 0. The slope of a horizontal line is 0. Or no slope, we call that. I hope that's right. I'm going to look that up. I need to make sure of one thing. Now, if you look at a vertical line, ladies and gents, watch how this is a little bit different. So here's my graph. My vertical line goes straight up and down. And let's say that is where x equals 2. If you make a triangle out of that line, how high is that line?
Infinite.
Could be anything. Over how wide is that line?
0.
0. No matter what number you put here. What happens when 0 is on the bottom of a fraction?
It's undefined.
It is undefined. This is undefined slope. I hope this is not no slope. I'm gonna look that up. Is 0 slope the same as undefined, or is 0 slope, is no slope the same as undefined, or is no slope? This is when we go to Google. I'll make sure. I'll tell you wrong here.
Google. Hey Google.
Hey Siri!
I'm gonna go
Okay,
with,
Google.
Hey Siri, leave those kids alone.
Okay, Google.
is no slope the same as 0 slope?
Siri, walk the dog.
Siri, and when I say
Siri.
or Alexa, when I say intruder,
Siri,
turn the lights up over here. Turn
Look,
sound up
I'm
to
not the first
100.
person to ask.
Say, what are
Hey.
you saying in my swamp? And play All Stars.
A vertical line has undefined slope on the line, and as a result of formula using if that doesn't answer my question. Here's a super wave. 0 slope means the line is horizontal. That's what I said, right?
Yes.
Good, I got it right. Horizontal is, oh wait. Horizontal is no slope? Uh-oh, I do have it wrong.
No, it says no slope means that the line is vertical, the last line.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yes.
Okay, I have it right.
Wait, you said no slope.
No, you didn't. Never
You said
mind.
no
Go
slope.
back to Google, please.
So no slope is vertical. Right? No slope is vertical. That's what it says. I have it wrong. So scratch that. Move your no slope to the undefined line. I guess 0 slope actually has a slope. It's a slope of 0, so you couldn't call it no slope. Uh-oh. Abram, this is not funny.
Stop laughing.
This is what happens when you brush it up too
Page no suffering.
It's a very serious topic. Here we go. I shall move that over. This is why I failed. Oops. Algebra 1. I swear. Did I tell you I blame Mrs. Cluttish?
This is who?
Cluttish.
Who's that?
Who's that?
That was her teacher. No slope.
It's just your fault. What's wrong with it?
She was wrong.
A lot of people don't like me.
Yeah.
That's oh,
I
okay.
think it is true.
A little bit.
I can see why too.
Open your books then to page. Open your books to page 259. And let us discuss. Actually, write this in your notes so we actually have it. I'll do it here. So let's say you have a table. It's not an oak table, but it's a mathematical table. And it looks like this. 4, 6, 10, 18. 4, 6, 10, 18. And on the bottom is 10, 15, 25, 45. 10, 15, 25, 45, is that what I shot at you?
Yes.
Okay, and you are asked to find the slope of this.
2.5.
Shut up.
Everybody have that drawn out?
Can I just draw the oak table instead?
Well, here, this would translate into this, just so you can see this before I throw this all into a table. You know, if you get 4 for this, you get 10 for y. This is x and y. 6, 15, 10, 25. And what was this other one?
18.45.
1845. Now what you must remember is this. Remember we talked about slope. Is the change in x, change in y over the change in x. So if you see this, probably the best way to think about it is, I'm just going to do this here. The change in y. So you pick a point here, and you look. To go from 10 to 15, y changed how much?
5.
Okay, the change in y was 5, when the change in x was 4 to 6, the change is 2. So your slope is 5 over 2.
Shut up.
You should be able to answer that.
I don't think I could put up with misbehaving
Miss who?
junior.
You could just yell at them and say they're Jackson.
Now, the other way, the other way you could figure it out, and whatever way works for you here, is basically, slope is also kind of what, I guess you could call it scale factor, but not really. What times 4 gave you 10?
2.5.
Now, why is that? Because what you're doing when you divide 10 by 4 is you're reducing the bottom down to 1. So that would be the change in x over that change in y up there. But sometimes it's probably best to think about it like this, because there may be times when this may not work as exactly good as that. I may have to punch right here. Enough of that. All right. Let us do some math. What would be a good math thing to do?